GM guys, welcome to SMC Tutorials, and in today's tutorial I'll be showing you guys how to use OCO orders on centralized exchange. But before we dive into the tutorial, if you find our content helpful, you can support our channel by buying our educational token Wikicat. Wikicat is built on the Binance Smart Chain network. The contract address of Wikicat will be in the description. Alright guys, so let's dive right into the tutorial for today. So OCO orders is a type of order that allows you to set two orders at the same time. One order above your current price and the other below your current price. Now this order is a very useful tool that every trader needs to know how to use, right? It stands for one cancels the other. Right, it allows you to take advantage of the market, especially when you have like different expectations, for the market. So let's take, for instance, you have a level below the current market price, which you might consider to be your support level, and you believe that if market comes down to this level is a good place to buy, right? And you want to buy at that level, at that point. And also you have a point above the current market price where you also feel there is a possibility of market hitting this level, this point, right? You can consider this point to be your resistance level. And you feel that if the price hits this resistance level, there would be a very huge, breakout or, spike in price, or a very long green candle, and you don't want to miss out on that. So in this case, you have like two expectations for the same market. So what you can do with OCO is you can position yourself for both scenarios. For the point that is below your current market price, where you feel that there is a possibility for price to reach that point, you can set a buy order. And for the point that is above your current market price, where you feel there is a possibility also for price to reach that point, you can also set a buy order. So whichever of these orders get filled first automatically cancels the order. The point is you're trying to take advantage of any of these scenarios by positioning yourself for both. So just the way it works for buying, so also it pretty much works for selling. Let me now show you how to go about setting up OCO orders on centralized exchange. Alright, so as you can see, we're going to be using Bybit in this tutorial. So first off, we'll go ahead to launch Bybit. Alright, next we'll go over to the trade section. Alright, so once you're in the trade section, select your assets. You can select from any of this. If you can't find your asset, just input here in the box, and then you should find your asset, provided it's listed on Bybit. Alright, so once your asset has been selected, select this box and you will see all the orders that are available on Bybit. So we're going to be using OCO. Alright, so once you select OCO, you're now presented with two orders: take profit and stop loss. So your take profit is the price at which you want to buy below your current market price, while your stop loss is the price at which you want to buy above your current market price. And for each of these orders, as you can see, we have trigger price and order price. Trigger price and order price. So your trigger price is the price at which your order goes live. So remember that OCO order is a 2-in-1 order. So meaning that the moment you press buy, your order does not go live immediately, right? The order is just lying somewhere in Bybit, waiting for which of the scenarios turns out first, right? So whichever one turns out first based on your trigger price settings, it goes live and then it cancels the order. All right, so let's say we want to buy BNB when BNB falls to $870. So what we can do is we can set a take profit, which is a buy order below our current price. So select the arrow and select limit. So input the amount at which we want to buy BNB when it falls. Right, so we want to buy BNB when BNB is $870. So next is to set our trigger price. So trigger price is at what price we want this order to be live on the order book. So usually you want to set your take profit trigger price for your buy order just a little bit lower than your limit price so that your order can get filled easily. So we're going to set it at 869.5. Right, so we'll go over to our stop loss. Stop loss is the price at which we want to buy above the current market price. So let's say we also expect, or we also see a possibility that price would go up to $890, and we believe that if price can reach that point, price will even go higher. And so that we don't miss out, we can then set our limit to be $890, and then trigger price, the price at which we want this order to go live. So your stop loss trigger price should be higher, just a bit higher than your limit price. So we're going to set it to 890.5. So next, you will impute the amount of BNB you'll be buying in USDT at any of these levels. So say I'll be buying $2 worth of BNB. And that's it. We have completely set up our OCO order. So next, just hit the buy button. Alright, so if you go down, you'll see that our order has been set. So just open this. So you can see that we have two orders here. We have a take profit order, and then we have a stop loss order with their respective trigger prices. So, and you can see the status here on triggered, meaning that none of these orders have been triggered or filled. So guys, that's how to set OCO order for buy. Alright, so we're going to go back and we're going to do for sell. Select sell. Alright, so let's say I have an asset I want to sell, and I perceive that the price of that asset will go above its current price. I can set a sell order above that current price. If the market goes in that direction, I lock in my profit. Yeah. If I also see a possibility of the market going the other direction, I could set another sell order a little bit below the current price, so that if the market begins to go in the right direction, I am able to cut my losses early enough and come out of that trade so I don't make more losses. This is a very useful tool for those who are into futures trading. Very, very useful. Alright guys, so let's set up this order. So for sell, your take profit is the price above your current price, and your stop loss is the price below your current price. So say I want to sell my BNB when it's $900. Select the arrow and select limit. Impute the price $900, and remember your trigger price for your take profit should be a little bit below your limit price. So we're going to set it at 899.5. Right, so we'll go ahead to set up our stop loss. Select limit. Impute the price at which you want to sell below your current market price. So say I would like to sell at 875. So at 875, I think I want to get out of this trade. So your stop loss trigger price should be a bit higher than your limit price. So we just make this 875.5. Alright, so next you input the amount of the asset you would like to sell. So 100%. And then hit the sell button. Alright, so our order has been created, and guys, here is our order. Open, and then you can find our take profit and our stop loss, right, with their respective trigger prices. And of course you can see the status is untriggered, meaning that none of these orders have been triggered yet. Alright guys, so that's basically how to set OCO orders on centralized exchange. We've come to the end of the tutorial. Thank you for watching the tutorial video. If you have any question concerning the tutorial, please drop your questions in the comment section. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you in another tutorial. Bye.